You, what up? What up? What up? What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? I hope everybody is doing well. Welcome to another episode of Live at what time is it, y'all? 8:03, 8:04, something like that. I'm only 3 minutes late. It's not that bad. Listen, if you've never been on this live stream before, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. I appreciate the support. Do me a favor, don't forget to hit the like button if you have not already done so. Also, if you like the content, consider subscribing to the channel. And once you subscribe to the channel, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I drop a new video or we do a live stream. What up, everybody? Let me give a shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to Nonchalant. Let me see. Shout out to Miss Lucky Charm. She said, "What up, though?" Shout out to y'all. So what's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
We good.
Doing
Hey,
good.
what's up?
Yeah, good.
Y'all sure? I don't know. Y'all be sounding
Yeah.
all right. All right. Anybody got anything they want to get off their chest? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all had a good day or got a bad day or just something y'all want to vent about before we get started?
No, it's cool.
Nah.
No.
Nah, ain't nobody got no issues. Everybody's just good.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay. All
My
right.
day was short.
Your day was short. Yeah, your day was short. Yeah. But I'm sure that's not a problem for you though, right?
Oh no.
You good with that?
Mm,
All right,
Yeah,
bet.
for the day.
For the day. Okay. You gonna make up for it tomorrow.
No, of course I am.
You gonna make up for it tomorrow. All right, that's what's up. All right, let me move some stuff around here first. Man, I hope I don't lose no screens because y'all know I am the king of technical difficulties. All right, so we're gonna get into it. So I got a question for you, right? When it comes to relationships, right? Especially long-term relationships, maybe marriages, right? Um, if your spouse had a job offer out of state and it was a pretty good job offer, would you be willing to uproot your family and move for your spouse to, you know, chase that dream?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes, most definitely.
Most definitely. Okay. What you say, Unthink?
I mean, if it was a really good job offer and that's what they want to do to make them happy, then I would do it.
Okay. So is everybody pretty much in agreement? Did I hear from Lock? Lock, did you respond?
I did it. So yeah, I would do it. I did it. I did move. I uprooted.
Mhm. Okay. Let me ask you this. What if that would okay, let me ask you this. Would there have to be some type of I don't want to say stipulation, right? But would there have to be some type of monetary um advancement, or you know what I'm saying? Would it be, let's just say if it was just a lateral move where it wasn't an increase in pay or something like that, but it was just something simply that, you know what I'm saying, just a particular job that, you know what I'm saying, your spouse, significant other or whatever wanted to really chase. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say it wasn't any more money than what they're making now. Would that have an effect on it?
No, not for me. I mean, if you're a great leader, then I'm going with you. Then we're gonna make that move.
Okay.
Mm.
What you say, Miss Millie?
I said, yeah, I agree with that. If you're a great leader, yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
Because I know you're
And
not going to lead us into the poorhouse.
okay. 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 And same thing for you, Unthink. Like it wouldn't change if it was their dream job.
Yeah, if they were like confident that's what they want to do 100% and they had no hesitation, then yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this: would it make a difference if you were already in your dream job?
Could I relocate? Like, could I transfer this dream job?
I mean, I guess you could potentially start over from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? You would have to start over. It's not like, let's just say there's not. It's not the same company. There. So you would be basically having to, start from scratch with a new company, maybe doing the same thing.
I say If he's a good leader, I trust his judgment.
Okay, all right. You too, Miss Lakita.
Well, it really depends. If it's a lateral move, what other factors are involved with why we're moving? Because sometimes parents get older, so they move back closer to help with their parents or something of that nature. So if there's another reason, so money is a good reason, you know, but if money isn't the play, is just a lateral move, it has to be something else as a reason to make sense because you
That's
did
the
say
dream
lateral
job.
move.
That's their dream. It's no more money, but that's their dream. That's at the end of the day, that's what they've always wanted to do.
Mm. It costs to move. It
Yes,
costs to
because the
start
move. Come on,
over.
work with me on this, Miss Lakita. There's
Yep.
no other. There's no more money involved. It's just their dream job.
I don't know about that.
Okay, I'm gonna take that as a. I'm gonna take it as a no because it's not a yes.
Yeah, I'm shaking my head. No, I don't know about that. Mm.
You don't want your significant other to be happy in their dream job.
Of course, I want them to be happy, but you said lateral move. So I'm thinking you're laterally moving from the same thing in one place to the same thing in another place.
No, I'm saying lateral as far as
That's
financial.
the pay.
I'm talking about as far as the pay. Yeah,
Well, it really depends if there's room for advancement. If
there's
there's
no
just
room for advancement. It's
I'm
lateral.
not saying immediately, I'm saying future.
Nowhere down the line.
Oh, well, I don't know why we're moving.
Because it's your
We're
dream. I'm
not
telling you
moving.
why. I'm
We're
telling
not
you why.
moving.
You're not moving.
We're not moving, no.
Okay. All right, unthink, same thing for you, right? If it's a lateral move,
Yeah.
no finances. And you're in your dream job right now. So you would potentially not have your dream job.
If I could pivot into something that was similar to my dream job, like they had the same type of industry in that new location, I would do it. And then I don't know, for me, it would kind of also feel like prior to that, when I had my dream job, did my significant other not have hers? So like for how long? Like you know what I mean? Because I feel like that way it's like to be fair, like if someone's been trying to make an advancement, but they've been like working the same job that they don't enjoy for like 5, 10 years, I'd be more inclined to do it because I feel like all right, now it's time to like give them a chance to grow and do something that they want to do.
Okay. All right. Lot, same thing for you.
Like I said, I have done it, and so, but I wanted to say, because Lakita said something too, but I'm it's not so much for the advancement, right? So we move, and then age. So like you said, I would have to start all over again, right? But then I'm in my late 50s or whatever, and we move. There's really not a job that I can think that I would want to start all over in my late 50s. But I did make the move, so I can't
Mhm.
say that no, I wouldn't do it, right? But I think age plays a factor in that.
Okay. All right. This is that's I mean, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. You would put aside all right, okay, it's cool.
It's not that I would; it's that I did, and you know what I mean?
Right, right. Yeah, no, I'm saying like the general, you know what I'm saying, across the board, everybody is like, they would pretty much do it. I know Miss Lakita said, that's not good enough. And I get that as well. That's kind of tough, you know what I'm saying? You giving up what it is that you love to do. You know what I'm saying? For them to, and for a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Because a relationship is not guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Just because, you give up what it is that you want to do, there's no guarantee that the relationship, you know what I'm saying, itself is necessarily going to work out. So
But you compromise when you're in relationships.
yeah, absolutely. I understand. I get it. I get it 100%. That's a big compromise though, right there. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
you do it, right? You do it. It is what it is.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. Let me see who just popped in. All right, there we go. All right, so that's cool. Let me see what's going on. All right. All right, so next, I guess we can move on, right? We took care of that one right there, real quick. Everybody just popping in and out. There you go. All right, so that was quick. All right, let's move on. Let me ask you this. I have a question. Do your feelings affect your perception? Right? And let me try to break that down, right? Everybody talks about in the beginning when you're dating somebody or you're courting somebody or whatever the case is, right? That you're supposed to be looking out for the red flags and for the green flags and you know what I'm saying, all of that stuff, right? And everybody always says, "Oh, well, he was this or she was that in the beginning. However, they changed up." I hear that all the time, right? Um, but is it possible that your feelings were clouding your judgment, and so they didn't actually switch up? It's just that once you no longer felt the same, you were able to see what you couldn't see before because you were blinded. What do they say? Blinded by love. What y'all think about
I
that?
agree with that.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. Have
Because
you ever
I've been
been?
in different, different situations where, I felt as if they started off one way and turned out another. But as I think about it, they were actually showing me exactly who they were. I was just refusing to see it,
Mm, okay. All
you
right.
know, because
All right.
like they say, a zebra never changes its stripes.
Okay.
So when they as they're courting you, yeah, they're going to be a lot nicer. But certain situations, they'll show exactly who they really are, especially when they feel like they're being backed in a corner or challenged.
Okay. I got you. Um, Let me see. Miss Lucky Charm said, people don't change, you just don't pay attention. Okay. You know, because you are typically caught up in the temporary feelings. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. What you think, Unthink? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think initially you're gonna be feeling that like honeymoon phase where you're infatuated with them and you're like drunk on love, where you're like you just see all the green lights and you're not seeing it from a bird's eye view perspective of like what's going on. And I feel like feelings can definitely like change your perception, because if you're feeling that like lustful, especially like lust and stuff like that, that can definitely like cloud your judgment or just make you have a one track mind about something about somebody, because like you're just clouded with your judgment.
Gotcha. Anybody else want to jump in on that?
I mean,
Nah.
it's just like she said. You be on your best behavior. The signs are there, but you just turn a blind eye to it. I mean, it is true. But people do tend to say, I myself included, that they weren't doing that in the beginning, or they weren't like that. No, you just didn't. You just was not paying attention to it. But yeah, it's just like that. People do not change. People are who they are. Um, it does just it for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, being being in a long term relationship, you sit back and you reflect and you go, was they doing this before, or were they like this before? And it was just like I said, you just turn a blind eye. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Habits don't really change. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We're creatures of habit, so we tend to do the same repetitious thing all the time.
Okay, I got you. Let me ask you this. Do you think that when people are in, let's just say, survival mode, right? Sometimes when someone's in survival mode, it's just like sometimes they just do whatever it is that they believe that they have to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
you think at some point in time, you know what I'm saying? Somebody can have gone through so much that they're just trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? And then, like people say, oh, I did something that was out of character. You know what I'm saying? I acted out of character. Or do you think that's just really just their character and they just acted on it? You know what I mean?
basically.
Okay.
And I say that because you say you acted out of character. However, when if you're faced with a challenge, you're either going to walk away or you're going to react to it. That separates us from animals. Animals goes off of instincts. Us as humans, we have the ability to think before we react. Because if we didn't think before we react, that made us animals as well. Just that we walk on 2 feet. So
Have you ever
for
done something? Have you ever done something and then thought about it later? Like, maybe that
yes,
wasn't
and
cool
that was
for
an
me.
animal instinct, and I put that on myself as well. That was an animal instinct.
But could it have been your feelings? Not just an animal instinct. Could it have just been that your feelings were, you know what I'm saying, like maybe clouding your your
Your
judgment?
judgment, yeah.
Yeah.
See,
You
Okay.
we
start
say,
running off of emotions and not logic.
yeah,
Yeah. So I
But when
mean,
you're angry, when you're angry, um, you don't think logically anyway. You kind of get what I'm saying. When you're angry, you could be upset. That's a different. In my opinion, that's different. But when you're
yeah.
angry, you just you act, and I just don't. I'm not gonna sit here and say that's not me. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when I'm angry, do I continue to act in the same manner that I acted the last time I was angry? So I don't call it instinct. I mean it's part of my character. You kind of get what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Mm.
I hear you. Are we born with that character, or is that character something that we build over time based on the things that we've been through in life, the things that we experienced and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm,
so if but listen, if we build that character, right, and we have the ability, then we have the ability to change that character, right? Is
Yeah,
that
because it's a learned behavior.
mhm.
So it needs to be unlearned. Yeah, it's a learned behavior.
so? Then are you really truly who you are, like all of the time?
I believe so.
But if we have the ability to change,
But it's a choice not to change too.
okay, but if you have the ability to change, are you always who you are?
Absolutely.
So we can't
No.
change.
Because you're not changing who you are. You're changing
The behavior.
your behavior that makes you, I guess, not so pleasant.
What makes me different than my behavior? Isn't my behavior who I am? How
A
can I
If
behavior
be
that's
is
if
so?
that's how you want to look at it.
No,
a behavior is a choice. So you can choose to be angry, or you could choose to you could choose to be upset and walk away and just deal with it in however way you deal with it, or you could be angry about it and react. I don't think it's just a behavior.
I mean, you can allow your anger to consume you, and you become just an angry person.
okay.
And now that's just who you are, just angry, just an old angry,
Just an
bitter
angry
person.
individual.
Then you, then you grow up, then you get old and become old angry, bitter man.
Right.
Wait, whoa. A bitter what? Man? Why you choose man? Why it couldn't be woman? You a
Yeah.
woman.
Oh,
Why you
oh
why you
woman,
gotta
because you
throw
said you said me. You were saying you, so I'm saying me.
so I'm a I'm a bitter old man. I'm a bitter.
I mean, your whole being is learned behavior. It's
Okay.
learned. It's learned. I've learned to be. I've learned to go to work, get up in the morning, and do this. I've learned to blah blah blah. We be like I said. We do repetitious stuff. We might not do it every day, but on a scale, it's a learned behavior, and so we teach ourselves. So it can be unlearned. You could not. You could say, "I'm going to the gym every morning," and then you decide you're not going to go to the gym anymore, right? That's a
Yeah.
learned behavior. You are teaching yourself discipline. You are doing something that's you're going to be disciplined in. But you can unlearn that as well and be lazy and not go anymore.
Right. So we can change who we are.
We
Yeah,
can, we
like
can, we can change the behavior.
yeah, we have the potential to grow at the same time the potential to stay the same or be worse at any moment.
Right.
Okay. I got you. Mr. Nobody, what's going on, man?
What's good, bro? I'm back. I'm working. Yeah.
All right.
Seems like y'all having some fun, these conversations already.
Yeah, I'm torn, man. I don't really know, man. I don't know if I'm confused right now. I don't know if I could change and become a better person or if I'm just stuck who with me being who I am. I don't know.
Well, I don't want to go back on it, but
Okay, so basically, can people change? I'll throw it out there like that. Or are you inherently just who you are?
hmm.
What you think, Mr. Nobody?
Yeah, I think you can change.
You think you can change? Let me ask this.
You can change some certain parts of things. You are who you are. You can change how you move, how you act, how you receive things.
Okay, so your hardwiring is what it is, right?
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
you can. So, are you masking? Let me ask you this, right? When you change who you are, you behave differently. Is it a front? Are you acting? You know what I'm saying? Are you playing a part? Are you playing a nice guy, but you're really not a nice guy? Are you playing a good person, but you're really not a good person? You understand what I'm saying? Is it an act
yeah.
that change? Is it really an act? Because deep down inside, the real you is in there, and at some point, the real you can come back out.
Well, what if, see, the thing is, a lot of times we think the real you, let's say you grew up in a certain type of environment and you always seen a certain type of thing. And it could be violence or whatever. So you think, well, everybody else that way. So we all grew up fighting, acting a fool, doing whatever. And then you move away and you realize you really wasn't like that. You really enjoyed the other side of life of not doing all that stuff. So it's kind of like, was I really like this, or I was masking to be like that back then? As I got older, I realized this is who I really am. And that's the life that you proceeded on. You see what I'm saying? So you might have been masking before and realized that's not who I really am. Like I told my brother one time, it's like our mother didn't raise us like that. He was doing some weird shit. And I was like, look, she didn't raise us like that. And I guess when I said that, it clicked and he stopped acting a fool. And and I think environment sometimes will make people do things like that because the reaction of other people. And so other people make you feel like you need to act like this, or, so they do that, but they move away. And then you never notice when people move away, they do so much better sometimes. They're out of their environment and everything like
Yeah.
that. And they proceed through life and have a good life. That's who they really were. They might have been masking all this other stuff. So either way, you still correct though, Lucky. You were masking somewhere in there.
Nah, I mean, I'm not trying to be correct, man. I'm just trying to, you know what I mean?
No,
I
I'm saying what
get
you
it.
said before. I'm
Yeah.
saying, yeah, you can still, because it's still masking, but now it's just the mask was on before and I took it off now.
So let me ask you this, right? How can you wear a mask? So like if you've never experienced something before, how can you know what I'm saying? How can that be the real you when you've never experienced it before? You know what I'm saying? Like I hear what you're saying, But how could you have been wearing a mask in your original environment when there was nothing for you to mask because you didn't know, the other side of things. You
Well,
understand what I'm
I would
saying?
say you don't realize it until you step out into the new world, your new you. At that time, you didn't know. You just doing what everybody else doing. It was comfortable, everybody doing it. So I did it. Got a little older. Like I
Product
said,
of the environment.
right. It was the environment. Everybody did it. Everybody did the same thing. Once I move away from that and be in a different environment where all that is not like, I enjoy this life, this lifestyle, or this way of living better, or being this type of person. And that could be how people perceive you now, how people accept you, in your job or whatever. And you enjoy this person. That might be just a nice, cool person or a very helpful person or whatever. But before you was none of that because that environment didn't allow you to do that. So that's what I'm saying. It's with a growth thing. When like time passes, then you realize that's what most people do anyway. But if you stay the same from middle school until you 45 years old with the same mindset, you know, it doesn't go too well. You got a lot of guys that still think, they still street dudes, and they keep speaking on just like situation with Corey Holcomb and Anton. Anton didn't grow up that way. He's all business. He grew up in a nice family, but Corey, he said he came from the streets and get it out the mud and all this. But Corey, about 50 some years old, still talking about in the streets and getting in the mud when he has a successful career in entertainment. You choosing to stay there. You don't have to be there, but that might be who he is. And that's why he's still there. You see, it just, whenever you ready to give up, he ain't ready to give up his street life. So it is what it is.
And I look at it when it comes to change, I look at it like this. If you changing for someone else, yes, you're putting on a mask because that's not what you really want to do. But when you change for the better for yourself, to make yourself happy, then that is who you are. That is what you want. Then that becomes you. But when you're changing just because somebody else wants you to, you're changing for them. So it's not gonna stick. It might last all of a good, maybe a couple of days, no, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month, but it's
Hold up.
not gonna
Your
last
sound
long.
messing up again.
Yeah. Your audio is
Yeah, your audio is terrible.
choppy.
Yeah.
Pull out the antenna on that phone. Put the, put the
Put the
antenna
aluminum
up.
foil back.
Hold it up. Put some aluminum foil on it.
Put the aluminum foil back on it.
Yeah, your audio was like chopping up, so it couldn't hardly hear what you were saying. You had to repeat all that good stuff over. You still there? Well, she went out and came back in.
No, she gone. She had to
She had to go
cut
out,
the
come back
phone
in.
off to pull the antenna up.
She had to
I
get in
was
the kitchen, man.
thinking maybe like your environment dictates your habits, and then your habits become who you are. So when you're trying to be someone different or you start doing new habits, and it feels like uncomfortable at first, and doesn't really you still have that tendency to want to go back to your old you because it's like a habit. But then you can like build that new habit to become something different or a different you.
Mhm. I agree.
Okay.
That's
All right. Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody else kind of quiet. I think Mr. Keita fell asleep because she,
I'm definitely not asleep. Not yet, anyway.
she don't want nobody to see her nodding off.
Had
So
some warm milk. Over there sipping on some warm milk.
Yeah. So like Unthink said, yeah, you are who you are in the beginning, and then when you go out into a different environment, you step out into a different environment, you find out that's what you like. But I still continue to say that even though you've stepped out into that new environment, you are who you are, regardless of what environment you step in. It's how you react to those environments, how you adapt to those environments. But I don't think that you necessarily change who you are. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I think I get what you're saying because I think I agree with you. No, I think I agree with you.
I might agree with
Better,
you.
better make sure now for you. You gotta
You gotta be
say like,
careful
oh
with
wait,
agreeing with.
I ain't mean that. I didn't mean
Yeah,
that.
you gotta be careful agreeing with Locke, boy. You get
Yeah,
it.
yeah. She's been like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, so listen. This is why I believe that, right? So there have been times when I've been in situations and I'm just like, yo, this person don't really know who I really am. You know what I'm saying? Like they see this side of me. You know what I'm saying? Like cool, calm, and collected or whatever. But they don't know. What you say? Don't turn me back into the old me. You
Right.
know what I mean? So it's kind of like again, sometimes, and I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a struggle that I had with myself as I was going through. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to be a better person and things of that nature. Because it was like I got to a point where I was stuck with like, who am I? You know what I mean? Like, am I just putting on a front? Am I just like y'all get what I'm saying? It's just like you know,
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. I got you.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Was that
So
recent or younger? Not recent, like say in the last 10 years.
nah, I'm gonna say probably longer than that.
Longer.
I'm gonna say longer than that because I left the city.
Well, maybe when you left the city, that might have happened.
Yeah, when I left this, it happened actually when I got here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I
Okay.
was
It's a
just
big change from there to here.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I
I was
can't
like,
hear Mr. Nobody.
That's because
yeah,
you got an
I thought you
antenna.
was talking to yourself. I was like, is he answering somebody's question?
I'm talking to like it. Can everybody else hear me? Can you hear me? I
I
think.
can hear you.
All right.
I can hear
Yeah, I
you.
can hear you.
Y'all gotta get
I
rid of
mean,
them
I mean,
phones.
is it really are you really like having conflict with yourself because those people don't know who you are? Or I mean, because at some point you have to accept all aspects of who you are, even though because you don't react in the same way you did 20 years ago to a situation that happened today that may have happened 20 years ago. That makes you, I'm not talking about you in just a
I got
person, I'm just talking about in general, right? But
you.
you'd be like, yeah, I would have reacted in this type of way had it been 10 years ago. And that's a struggle that you have in that's a struggle that I have in my own head. Like, you know, if I react to this the way I say to myself, I congratulate myself for not reacting in the way that I did 10 years ago. So yeah, growth is where it's at.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. You still reacting like you did back in your 20s and your late 40s and early fit whatever. Yeah, you got some problems. You need to see somebody.
Yeah.
You should have got that taken
Where
care of.
you would have popped off 10 years ago, you ain't popping off right now.
No,
Well, okay, but why? Are you saying everybody was trash 10 years ago and then they had to get better?
consequence.
What if you was just a good
Because
person 10 years
because
ago?
there's
Like, you know
growth.
what I'm saying? Come
Because
on, now. That's
Not
not
10 years ago. No,
you've
no, when you was in your
had so
20s.
much
I'm saying the
growth.
20s. 10 years ago.
You've
No.
had so much
That's it.
growth from then to now. Either, I mean, you're going to accept and continue to be a hard ass and just be popping off at people at all given times, or you just gonna calm down. You know what I'm saying?
I got
It's,
you.
it's like you see these people now, grown adults. You see a lot more adults fighting in public now, in grocery stores, all this other stuff. And I always tell people, you can't have anything real going on if you out here fighting doing this kind of stuff. Because
You don't have
you
any
don't have
reason.
nothing to lose. You don't have no consequence behind it. You have nothing to lose, you know, your character, your reputation, your job, nothing. Because you as a grown person gonna get somebody to argue with you over some items that y'all don't own, and y'all literally start fighting in a store. You know, just like I seen on a cruise, they start fighting over chicken nuggets.
Oh Lord.
And why? And got arrested, kicked off the boat like a family. You know, it's this consequence behind it. You don't. you got to think about what we're doing. And a lot of people, I don't think they just be thinking; they just react. And I mean, you should have been grown out of. You should have grown out of it by now. That's my thing. Like you said, that growth, it should have happened. But I guess a lot of people, it ain't happened yet. You know,
Or maybe that's just who they are.
that could be true too.
Yeah.
Maybe they fight at home all the time, you know. So it's not a thing to come out in public and jump on somebody.
All right. So
I be
Nonchalant
saying
said,
60-something-year-olds out they fighting.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
all right, so check it out, right? Nonchalant said, here's the flip side of that coin in my mind. I don't start anything, I finish it. I didn't hang with a lot of my cousins growing up, but as an older adult, I started spending time with them. Let me see. Nonchalant also says, and one of them said to me, "You're nothing like your roommate to be in the family." And I said, "What kind of is that?" Nothing like, mm,
So you asking them what you mean by that by saying you're nothing like the roommate.
to be in the
So that could be a good way or bad way. That's I guess that's what you probably is like. What
yeah.
kind of yes is that? Like, what do you mean? What in a good way or bad way? You know.
Like you're nothing like your roommate to be in the family.
And he said, "What kind of shit is that?"
Like what is he saying? What are they saying that he doesn't fit in the family to say he's
Oh
part of the
yeah,
family
yeah.
and
We
the
need a little bit
roommate
more on that
does?
nonchalant. Yeah, hit us with another paragraph on that one.
Yeah,
Fill us in
maybe
on
they
that.
maybe just over the years they changed, or maybe they're not like the rest of the family. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a situation where most of the family might be, I don't know, ratchet, or you know what I'm saying, and then it's like, you know what I'm saying, they're not. So
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. Um, yes, that they were saying was that I had an attitude. I was always wanting to fight. I was combative. I was like, wow, thanks for letting me know. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you don't
You don't
really
realize.
see who you are or how you are,
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
What y'all think about
I know I had this situation at the job,
oh,
and I
what's
was
up?
always like being loud and argumentative and stuff like that. And then there's somebody down the way who's very argumentative, very loud, and all that stuff. And I looked at her and I said, "Damn it, do I sound like that?" I asked somebody, and they was like, "Yep, you sound just like that." I was like, "Oh, I need to stop." I mean, that was. I mean, I was embarrassed for her, even though I could see myself in that same situation. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like, oh, I was like,
Yeah.
no, this
See,
don't
what
look
I
good.
what I try to tell people now is I try to put the mirror back in front of them so you can see yourself how you react. Now you get because a lot of people don't get to see how, like you said, you didn't know you was doing it. You never saw yourself doing it, but everybody else can see you doing it. So, like I tell people, I said, no, I just try to put the mirror back in front of you so you can see that what I'm seeing, and maybe you can fix that. I can't fix you, but you can go and try to fix yourself. But if you don't see nothing wrong with it, hey, put the mirror down, keep moving.
You think people need to reach like a rock bottom, or is it like the consequences of not changing become too like larger that they eventually change, or is it just like people become more self-reflective at one point in their life?
Mhm.
That was my
It's
thing.
like
I
I
don't
said,
know, man. Yeah.
when I seen what I seen, I was like, oh no, that's not a good look. You understand? And I was like, and I'm very you can't tell me what to do. I'm headstrong and stuff like that, and I'm very argumentative. And so, but I was argumentative, loud, cussing, and all kind of stuff. And then that's what I'm saying, like like self-reflecting. When you see it coming out of somebody else, and you're going, "Damn, I do that too." But I asked someone. It wasn't like I even took the time to sit in it for myself. I asked somebody. I said, "Do I do that too?" And it was like, "You sound just like that. You
Mhm.
do that same thing." And I was like, what? And so then that's when I had to self-reflect.
But you said, I
You
done
just
said a
have
lot
some,
of shit. I done said a lot of shit this year.
huh?
I bet you like, I said a lot of shit this year. Damn.
I did. I did. I did.
Did you go back and apologize to anyone?
Hell no.
It wasn't done. It wasn't changed.
Look, I ain't changed that much.
Right.
I just calmed it down. I've not attacked everything that doesn't deserve a response. You know, I don't need to attack you for anything. Um, I don't handle confrontation very well, so I face on. So now, which is not no better, I'll give you my ass to kiss. So I'll turn around and won't listen to what you got to say, which is no better. But as long as I don't hear myself, I'm just saying, as long as I don't hear myself arguing and being loud and stuff, I just shake my head and say, I'm not even gonna say anything because it's gonna cause an argument. I know me.
They say stuff like you could take the person out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the person.
Right.
Is that accurate?
That's very
It
accurate.
is. I believe it.
That's very accurate.
Okay.
That's why I say I'll turn my back to you and I won't say nothing to you. And that's just as bad as saying something to you. Because instead of saying like, hey, okay, whatever, and then letting it go, I won't say anything. And I'll just, you're gonna feel disrespected because we're at work. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but because I know what will come out of my mouth, I'll just turn around.
Well, you're just probably kind of just going back maybe to something you heard. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Thank you, Lakita. Thank you.
Well,
So
if I turn
sometimes
my
that's the
back on
best
you,
way.
you can take it as disrespect.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
'Cause
saying.
if I don't say nothing to you and turn around, I don't like you and it's totally disrespectful.
Mm. Mm.
Hey, when y'all do that, do y'all really think that y'all telling somebody off? Like y'all say y'all little stuff,
No,
Oh
turn around and
no.
walk
no.
off.
I
Like,
just feel like I'm
take that,
saving
it's kind of
face.
like take that. And like,
No. It's so
No.
I don't. It's so that I don't react. Because like I
oh,
said,
you
I'm
turn it before it gets there. You turn it.
right.
Okay.
See,
I thought maybe.
me personally is so basically me saying you are irrelevant to me. So whatever comes out your mouth is bull crap and it doesn't matter to me. So your words nothing to me.
Okay. All right. Interesting conversation. Interesting conversation. Yeah, I just struggle sometimes. Like, yo, which me, you know what I'm saying, is the real me. And I'm kind of like a chameleon, man. I have to adapt to, you know what I'm saying, my surroundings. And so, you know what I'm saying? I think I don't know. I think it's an advantage. I think it works to my advantage that I've been in like many different situations, so that I'm able to adapt. Some people can't adapt to certain
I was gonna say that.
surroundings and certain situations because they've never been in them. You know what I mean? Some people just kind of stick out like a sore thumb sometime because they've never been in certain situations. They may not know certain lingo or certain things like that. And so I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. I think it's good that you know I've been multi I don't know multi demographic. You know what I'm saying? I've been in
Thing
different
is,
places. So
Yeah.
you know,
you cannot make me feel uncomfortable in any kind of surroundings I'm in. Um, but this is how I feel, especially when I'm at work. I just feel that when I'm at work, there's certain things that people wouldn't say if we were not at
oh
work.
yeah, listen, hold on.
So
You already
right,
you already know how that work thing go.
right. Well, and so that's why I'm saying. Like I'll just turn my back. Like like someone trying to tell you how to do your job that doesn't even know their job. And I've said it to them several times. It's not like I said, my tongue is quick. And I will tell you, you over here trying to tell me something that you don't even know what you're doing. And so what good does that do for me? So I just say, like I said, I'm just gonna turn my back and I don't have nothing to say.
Oh
Say
yeah,
what you gonna say.
we coming
You
from
know,
a whole nother, we coming from a whole different angle because I thought you were talking about co-workers who talk slick and sideways out the mouth, but they
you
feel protected. You know what I'm saying? Because you're
That's the
on the
same thing.
workroom floor.
It's the same thing.
Not well. You know what? Okay, so check it out. For me, I don't look at supervisors and management and all of that like that because
They're co-workers.
I I get that, but they have authority. You understand what I'm saying? I just me, I respect hierarchy. You understand what I'm saying? So I respect the fact that yeah, we both work for the same company, but if you are the authority, I respect that. You understand what I'm
I
saying? So
don't
to me, that
respect
holds
authority.
value.
I respect people, and that's one of the downfalls that I do have. That I don't care about your position. If you don't respect me, I don't respect you in return. I don't care what your
You
position
know,
is.
you gonna be problem. You gonna have some problems if you try to
Well, I
move
mean,
up and
Yeah.
try to do things like that.
yeah, I'm
It's
an
not
old
gonna
lady.
work.
I ain't moving up nowhere.
No, I think at the end of the day though, you really do have to respect. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah, it's
listen, when I'm
because
saying
you
you
may
don't
be the one in
necessarily,
charge one day. You know,
yeah,
you
or
might
even
be that
or
person.
yeah, but I mean, there's just you
Yeah,
can't listen. Most of the problems that a lot of people have nowadays is because they don't respect authority. You know what I'm saying? It's
that's
like, yo,
it.
who you
I was
to
about
tell
to say
me
that.
this and that and blah blah blah.
I
And you can look at a lot of situations that take place today, and it's just like, yo, it really wasn't that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have just rocked with it, and you'd have been okay. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I have been in management, but I don't treat people in a in a way that's disrespectful. I don't that's why I say I'm not going to just blatantly disrespect you, right? But I just don't respect people that don't respect me. I just that's just who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Part of leadership is you're not gonna please everybody. You're just
Absolutely.
not gonna do it, and you're gonna
Right.
have those. And like even like I said, my career was military. My worst two soldiers I had in Iraq, my worst two was that. That was everybody else was good. I had two soldiers that would never do right. Never. No matter what, they got in trouble. I was like, how y'all just keep getting in trouble over here? It's nothing but damn sand out here. But they keep getting in trouble with something, stealing something, doing something. It was like two little kids running around. Every time they come around, they pulling me in. You know, I need to go talk. I need to go counsel. I need to go see the commander. I need to go get your guys. You know, it was always like this. And it's just you never gonna please people. And they wrote and said a whole bunch of shit about me. You know, all kind of shit. Made me like almost like, we already in the hot zone. Almost made me like flip on them a couple of times. But it's like, hey man, you know what? It is what it is. They were lower ranking people. I'm not risking my career, putting my hands on you, that kind of thing. But yeah, they went and said all kind of shit about me, all kind of stuff. Spread, oh yeah, he's like this. Then they give you the Uncle Tom shit. They give you the this, that, and that, the house boy, all kind of shit. So, but them the two that was wrong all the time. So you can't please people, and I don't even try. You know, you do what you do, you help the ones who want it, and you keep moving.
But sometimes I mean, you do have people that are in leadership positions that are not truly being leaders,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
all the time they get put in
and
positions fast.
and it does, it is very difficult in a sense to look up and respect those people. It's not, that they're, giving you instruction or anything. It's about how they're giving you instruction, or sometimes, they talk down to their employees like they're not other adults that they're, and you can find it difficult to function in that type of position if someone's treating you like their child as opposed to another adult.
Okay,
Well,
but
that's
when you
where an
say
adult, you just have to look at it. You're gonna respect the position. I don't have to worry about the person. I'm
yeah,
respecting the position. And so If they start talking out their mouth too long, there's people to go see about that.
Yeah, I'm not saying
You
you
know?
should start arguing with
Yeah,
them
that's
or,
what I'm saying.
you
Yeah.
know,
So,
basically stooping to their level.
right.
But,
Like I tell
you
people,
know,
don't take the bait. I always tell people, don't take the bait. With everything going on now, look, man, don't take the bait. Some people try to get you there. You'll be surprised how many people out here trying to get other people fired from their job just because they don't like you or whatever. So don't take the bait because you're going to be looking for another job. You got to be figuring out how you're going to pay your bills and do all this stuff. That person still got a job. My homeboy did the same thing. He said something to his manager. They offered him a lead position. He turned it down. He gave it to another dude, then asked him something, and he got real nasty with her. And then when she saw him in a violation, guess what she did? Wrote him up and fired him. So
Yeah.
I'm like, why did you say that about her, man? I mean, she offered you a leadership position. You didn't take it. Then you get mad because it's a woman. I don't know what it was. But I think she asked him, how do you think I'm doing as a supervisor? And he went all negative with it. I said, that's a setup question, right? Right. She wanted you to say something negative like that. Now, if you'd have said something nice, she probably would have promoted you. I said, but you fell for it. You took the bait. And I look at you. Now you're out here looking for a job. Yeah,
Do
you
you
can't let
think
people put you in that position, man.
do you
Don't
think
take
that's
the bait.
emotions? Do you think that's emotions?
On which
Hold on.
side? Oh, yeah. His side was emotions. Her side was strategy. Yeah.
See, I believe, it ain't what you say, is how you say it. You could check somebody without being rude or disrespectful with it. That's what if they're saying, check it at the front door. You talk to, I don't care what position you in. You come to me like with respect, and I'm gonna come to you with respect. Respect is due to a dog.
I think a lot of people get put in leadership positions without the training.
Yes,
They
and
send the
that's
training
exactly.
afterwards. They should send them prior for them going into that role because
Mm-hmm.
now you just hired somebody for a new position and they have no idea how to lead people. And until they go to a training session or whatever or higher learning, they have to deal with these people for the next 2 or 3 months. And that's when you get all this, now I'm in charge type stuff and I'm gonna give y'all this, I'm gonna talk to you like that, not knowing that your ass on the bubble with HR with what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
And so you gotta, I just think a lot of places would do better if they before like you hired, I mean, you're gonna put them in a leadership position before they
Train
take
them.
that position, they put them in the training, and then after they finish the training, you come in and start leading.
Yeah.
I just so like we hire from within, and my whole take on that is like we should hire outside people, or we should hire people that have done well in the position that they were in before you give them a promotion.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of that going on. We're just putting people in places where
Who knows somebody who knows somebody that knows somebody else.
right,
It's always
right,
who you know. It ain't what you know, it's who you know.
right, right.
Exactly.
You move up that big ladder, it's all about who you know, not what you know. Look at you. Now
All
you
right.
done broke your shit.
Nah. All right, check this out. So, I mean, I'm just jumping in. I didn't hear what y'all said, but I'm just going off the top of my head. I think I know what y'all saying. Locke, let me ask you a question. Would you go into a leadership position?
No.
Miss Millie, would you go into a leadership position?
Not where I'm at now. No, I've been in a leadership position in healthcare, but not this right here. No, I would definitely not.
So there are a lot of people that are just at the point where they're like, I wouldn't go in a leadership position at this right here. And so that's how you get the people that you get in the leadership positions. They're not qualified, but they need the spot to be filled. But nobody wants it.
Don't
So
want it.
they have to put somebody in
I
that
get
spot.
what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but it's just like Mr. Nobody said. These people should be trained. One, they
Yeah.
should be trained. Two, I just feel like I said before that if they put you in, they should offer the position to the person who has done their current job extremely well.
That's not how it works.
I know that's not how it works. I'm just saying what the way that
But
I
we can't talk
feel.
about something that it don't go like that.
But that's why
That's La La
I'm
Land.
telling you
That's
about
La
the
La
lack
Land.
there. It's not Lock Land,
It is La
right?
La Land. Because that's not how it
It's
works.
But see, that's why they got these half supervisors and managers
That's the point
stuff,
that I'm trying to make.
because
Well,
they
the thing is, you guys have the
half
experience, and
behind
y'all
training
don't
them.
want it. But listen what y'all saying. Y'all have the experience, and y'all saying y'all don't want to be there. Y'all don't want it.
No. The reason I don't want a
It don't matter
management
the
position,
reason. It is
is
what it
because
is.
I enjoy where I'm at right now.
It don't
So
matter.
I understand there's no reason for me to move up in management.
Okay, but
There is
listen.
not one reason.
Okay, you could very well solve your very problem that you have, but you don't want to.
Yo, I'm good. I don't
Okay,
have a problem. I
then
don't
what you
have a
complaining
problem.
about?
But I
What
look
you
at it.
complaining
If you
about?
turn it down, then you can't complain about the next person that take it.
Oh, I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
just, we talking about the respect.
Yeah, either way. I mean, because most time, like you said, they give it to somebody that you thought was shabby, didn't do well, didn't do whatever, just don't know the
I don't
material.
complain. Do your job. Do you,
And
boo boo? Because I
So,
don't care.
hey,
but listen
Lock,
what I'm saying though. I'm just saying that's how they end up in these leadership positions, because a lot of people that do have the experience, they don't want the responsibility. And so they turn it down. And now you got old broke Joe over here telling y'all what to do with less education and everything else. But y'all passed it over. I mean, passed it up. So you can't complain, because this is what you got now.
I
You got
agree.
broke Joe. You got broke Joe up here.
I
So
see your point.
yeah. Well, like I said, I would happen to my partner. He complained, but you could have had a position. You turned it down, then you complained about somebody else, and then got fired.
all right, that's what's up. All right, so check this out. I'm gonna move on to one last thing, right? And I hope I word this right. I might need your help on think, because I'm grabbing this one from you. So when it comes to relationships, right? Emotionally unavailable versus detached. Did I say
That's
that right? Did I say that right?
that's about the same.
Yeah.
You think it's the same?
Yeah, I think
I
that's
don't think
about the
it's the same.
same.
I don't think it's the same.
Because if
Okay.
you detach yourself from somebody, you done emotional detach yourself from them as well. That means you have no feelings or anything towards this person.
What you think,
No,
Rock?
you can still have feelings and like this ain't working though.
Yeah,
Hold on,
you
let me-
used
let me-
to.
Yeah, and that the detached. I mean,
Yeah, and then emotional detached. So I mean, to
no, you
detach
still
yourself
have
away
feelings
from
for 'em.
somebody, you done already emotionally detached yourself away from them. Because you're not gonna just detach yourself and then emotionally detach. That's backwards. You're gonna emotionally detach and then you're gonna detach from them,
Read
because
that.
you no longer have
Read,
feelings.
read that again, man. I ain't getting it right. Because Miss Miller just done messed me up now.
Emotionally
Okay,
unavailable.
hold
Yeah,
on,
okay, emotional
Okay.
unavailable. Okay,
hold
where
up.
if you're
Versus detached.
emotional unavailable from somebody, you're gonna detach yourself from them.
Okay, hold on. What we're gonna do is, right, I'm gonna give the floor to Unthink right now, so that he can
All
put it
right.
out the way that this is
Okay.
one of the topics that he sent, right? So I'm gonna give Unthink credit for this one right here, because he's gonna have y'all in shambles. I'm telling y'all right now, he gonna have y'all in shambles.
Do
All
you
right, go
want
ahead, Unthink, put it out there.
All right. So, when you say somebody is emotionally unavailable, basically, is that the same thing as saying someone is detached in a relationship?
Okay, so that's the question, y'all. Y'all got it?
Yeah.
Everybody got it?
Yes.
Everybody
Yes.
understand? Do y'all need clarity? Do you need it broken down in another way, just so that we're kind of all on the same page? We get what he's saying.
Yeah.
I got it now.
I got it. I got it.
All right. I'm gonna give Miss Lakita the floor first. I see her up there shaking her head. So,
Why you want to give me the floor first?
because this be the kind of stuff that you be wanting to talk about
But
and
you
stuff.
don't ever come to a conclusion, so I want
Yeah, I
go
don't
ahead.
know.
No, be
You just
quiet,
want to get
Mr.
the
Somebody.
foolery. We want to get the foolery out the way first, and then
Okay, I don't feel respected, so I'm not going to talk.
Look at it. You ain't getting
All
out
right,
of it.
moving on.
I'm joking.
Oh, she's trying to
Right.
go.
I'm
What
joking.
about
Just turning her back on. Going to Miss Millie.
I had to do it.
I got
Right,
you.
answer
So,
that question.
to me, you can still be, not classified as being detached in a relationship if you're emotionally unavailable.
Huh?
To me, it seems like you can. I mean, you can still be classified as being emotionally unavailable and not be detached in a relationship.
Okay, so break that down to me. What does that look like? Because I'm sorry, that it just went over my head. No, I'm
She might be
this you
saying
gotta
something real. We just so used to her not saying something right. So
yeah, it's like you got me over here buffering now, like yo, she
right.
actually said something like, huh? All right, break that down for me so that I can understand. Because I'm a man, I don't know nothing, right?
And so to me, if you're, emotionally unavailable, you don't have any feelings, so you don't handle things in the relationship with care or anything. You just can be insensitive, not aware of your partner's feelings. And, if you're unattached, then, you're not there for any part of the relationship. You can be emotionally unavailable, but still be physically there, but emotionally unavailable.
Okay, so if you're can you be emotionally available and detached? Can you be emotionally available
Unavailable
and be
or available?
emotionally available and detached?
Hmm. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Because to me, if you're detached, you're just completely detached from the relationship. You don't care. There's no physical, there's no type of stimulation at all. I guess you just have the title.
Okay, Nonchalant said, from what I see, most of the time people detach mentally before they detach physically. Okay. So you don't think somebody
Mhm.
can be emotionally available but yet detached? You don't think so, right? Makita?
I don't think so.
Okay. Um, Miss Millie, I'm putting you on the spot. Can you think can you think someone can be emotionally available yet detached?
No.
Really?
Yeah, either you're there or you're not.
Okay, this is
I mean,
interesting.
unless you're talking about being detached physically, because you can still care for a person and not be with them.
You can still care for a person and not
I thought that what y'all
be
meant. Y'all said detached.
okay. So when you say you can care for somebody but not be with them, break down the with them. Do you mean not be in a relationship with
Yeah,
them
in a
or
relationship, physically, just being there with them, like re- couple
You don't put them
things.
in the
Because we're
friend
talking about
zone.
relationships, right? So being in a relationship with them, you don't have to be in a relationship with a person to still care about them.
okay? What you say, Locke?
The question is what? I'm saying because he said one thing and then you
Okay,
switched
so
it to
answer.
something else.
Okay, okay,
So can
so
you be emotionally attached, right? And
no,
detached?
no, 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 no. My question. Okay, we're gonna go to Unthink's
Yeah, because you switched
question
it.
because I
All right.
switched it up. I switched the
Yeah.
question up.
All right. My question was, is someone who's emotionally unavailable the same as being detached in a relationship?
Emotionally unavailable. And I mean, those are two separate things. So yes, I believe that it can be done.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Because if it's the other way, it's just like being emotionally available and being it's like a friend. It's like you know what I'm saying? It's like that friend that's always available for you, that dude that is always available for you, but there's nothing going further than that.
Okay.
So who would be the detached one in that? You or the
It's me attached to them.
attached or detached? Because
If it's a friend,
right.
it's me attached. It's not it's me putting a wedge for the friendship, yes, but me also being attached to that friend. You understand what I'm saying? Emotionally
Right.
available to that friend. You kind of you understand what I'm saying?
But detached from anything further. That what you're saying?
Right,
Okay.
right,
Right.
right.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
What you got for me? And think, make me understand.
The way I see it is, this is just my opinion. Like, to me, I believe you can be emotionally available and detached. So like if you're detached from somebody, doesn't mean you can't have emotions towards them, but you're just not overly emotionally involved in it. It's like you can still care about someone, still have a relationship with them, but um, you're not like following just through your emotions. You're just kind of stepped out of it from that perspective. Whereas like an emotionally unavailable person is somebody that doesn't have the capacity to like care or have the relationship, like any capacity to have a relationship or does that make sense?
Like pursue a relationship past.
Yeah, like be in a relationship or like present emotions towards one another or just
Okay.
conversate or communicate with another person, or it could be physical or all the above.
Okay, I got it.
They just there living in there.
What you got, Luck?
I agree with on think. I think that you can be emotionally available, like you can be there for someone emotionally, but be detached from the person. So I look at it like this, right? Okay, I care for you. You know what I'm saying? But if I got to walk away from you, I will walk away from you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not attached to where I'm gonna sit in, and all type of, you know what I'm saying, going through a bunch of foolishness because I'm
Yeah.
so attached to you. I think a lot of people mix up love and attachment. You know what I'm saying? I think more people are attached to people than, you know what I'm saying, it being actually love. It's just like I'm just attached. This is what I know. This is all I know. So
So is it a
in looking at,
convenience?
I don't know if it's convenient or not. I don't know.
It might be
Maybe
for
it depends on the
one that
person and
want
it
to be
depends on
there.
the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're just there and nothing's happening, is it for convenience?
What do you mean nothing's happening?
We're just
What do you
there.
mean?
Like
Well,
I
I've
could just
seen it
walk
where
away.
I've seen where, the opposite sex or whatever is in the relationship or whatever you want to call it. But like you said, they're not emotionally involved with anything. They do their thing and the other person just sit there and look at them like they're crazy. They in and out, go what they want to do. They have no respect for it, but they come back home every day. But within the relationship itself, there's no respect. There was no boundaries whatsoever. Just not there. Like people say they stick around for the kids. I'm just
So
here for the
so
kids, and that's
so
it.
is that what you see detachment as?
No, I was just explaining that's a scenario. I'm not saying I agree with Unthink when he said. I'm just
Right,
saying
right.
that's trying to put it in a scenario. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Okay,
trying to put it
okay.
in a scenario.
I got you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's definitely possible to because I think emotionally unavailable is more or less like someone that basically doesn't, you know what I'm saying, care about
Yeah,
how
don't
you
care.
feel. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just basically don't care about how you feel or whatever. They're not there for you when, you know what I'm saying, you need something to talk to them about, or you know what I'm saying? Like, "Yo, I feel some type of way. Okay, well, what it is, da 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 da." Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'll get up and I'll walk away from you. You know what I mean? Some people can't walk away.
I
You
was
know what
gonna
I
say
mean? And
that's the
it's so
problem.
like
A lot of people don't. Yeah, a
yeah,
lot of
and
people
like
don't walk away.
that is a form of attachment where yo, you treating me bad, you violating me, you disrespecting and all of this kind of stuff, but I can't walk away. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people will be like, "Oh, that's love." You know what I just love this person. And sometimes it's really not. It's just, yo, you're so attached. You know what I'm saying? To the person that you're gonna take whatever it is that they're giving. You don't have what it takes to walk away from that person. You know what I'm saying? Some people is like, yo, listen, I love you, but I'll walk away from you. You know what I mean? So it's like you can have an emotional you can be emotionally available, you know what I'm saying, there for someone, but look, I'm only gonna take but so much. Sorry, I gotta go. I'm gonna have to, love you from a distance. I can detach
That's it
from
right
you.
there.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
I'm over there, you're over here. Oh yeah, I still care about you, but nah, I can detach from you. And so nah, I absolutely agree.
Yeah. Like we say, always don't be afraid to leave. Don't stick around.
Yeah. I think it's very I think it's very possible. You know what I'm saying? I think emotionally unavailable is where you just don't really care too much about, you know what I'm saying, being there for their, when they need to unload how they feeling and all of that stuff. That you know what I'm saying? And maybe you don't share whatever feelings it is that you have and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So nah, I think it's
I
That
very
always
jump
wonder
and
about
possible.
jumping, yeah.
relationships like that. You see those relationships. I always wonder, like, why y'all stay together? Like, neither one of you really care, but
You
they
know
won't
what it is? I'm gonna tell
don't
you
want
what
to
it
be
is,
alone.
man. I'm gonna tell you what it is, man. And people get mad when I say it, right? Yo, some relationships are a habit. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you
Oh yeah,
do
it gotta
when you
be. That's
do
gotta
something
be it.
for so long, it's just like it just becomes a habit. You know what I'm saying? You asking somebody like, "Yo, what are you there for?" And it's just like
What they say, they
it's
want to
just like
start over. I don't want to start over. You gonna stay with
yeah,
this? Like shit.
yeah. You know what I mean? So, and I get it. Sometimes it's a financial thing, whatever like that. But yeah, I think it's very yeah, I think it's very possible. I think it is very very possible. That was a good one. I think I think it is. I think it's possible.
But I think some relationships, like you were saying, are a habit, not just a habit of staying together, but sometimes it's habits that each other have, that causes you to attract to that person or sometimes trauma, you know. So
Trauma?
but
You mean like a trauma bond? Like you
yeah, like
getting
a
into all
trauma
of that?
bond. Hmm.
Oh, okay. See, I
Make
told you
them
you
make
like
the other
talking about
person
this.
stick
I
around.
told you like talking about this kind of stuff. See,
You
look how
didn't
she's
know.
smiling. You never
You
smiled
didn't
like
know.
that before. You don't smile.
I do smile.
Oh, okay.
You remember when she first got on here? She wouldn't smile to save nothing, man. She sit there, she would
That's
put
not
that
true.
hand right there and put her face
That's
over
not
it.
true.
Now you
That's not true.
smiling. Now you're happy. See what we do for you? We make your life better. Look at
Lakita,
Yeah, that's a good.
Yes.
That's a good one though.
shoot the
I was
messenger.
pretending. Yeah.
Shoot the messenger.
I told her
Yeah.
she's gonna get there before she go. She's gonna get mad.
Mhm.
She holding it.
But for real though, like let's say you meet somebody and y'all both drink. Let's say one person stop drinking, they ain't gonna last because that's what they both like to do together. Because
Mm.
it's gonna become a problem,
Yeah.
so they're not gonna stay together.
They're not going to stay together if the only reason they were together was because of that.
Hmm.
But I don't think that that's an indicating
And I'm
factor
not
of
just
whether or
talking
not
about casual drinking. I'm talking about
Like
maybe
alcoholic
like
or whatever.
yeah,
But
above
wouldn't
and
they
beyond.
just still be there, just be a problem? It just now you just got a problem because for one, you clean yourself up, but you're gonna stay with a drunk. So again, goes back what Lucky was saying before. They're afraid to just walk away,
Hmm.
you know. So
yeah. So at
like I
that
said,
at
the
that
habit, you're
point,
still afraid to walk away and start something new, even though
yeah,
you clean yourself up.
basically at that point they're no longer equally yoked. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's
They're
where
just
Right.
in the
you know,
house
And
now.
that's why I
you
asked,
know,
is it convenience? Is it
That
because
part would be, yeah.
this is I walk in this door every day. It's just convenient. You know what I'm saying? Do what I do. He do what he do. You know what
Or
I'm
it
saying?
might be desperation.
Oh shit! You need to hit
It
some
took
button over
me
there,
it
like
took
on
me
that
a
one.
year to find him. I'm not letting him go.
Oh Lord.
Or sometimes they put all the effort into meeting them, going on dates, talking to them, getting to know them, and then like when they see something they don't like, they're like, "Well, I put in all that effort. I don't want it to be for nothing."
Mhm.
Mm,
I've heard
mm,
that. Yeah, I
I
put
know
in
mm.
they
Too
too much
say
far in.
some
work. I
women are
put in too
like
much
that,
work. Yeah, they'll
they
say I
feel
put too
like
much
they
work.
got
You
him.
need to start over. Like, uh,
What was you saying, Lakita? Say that
I
again.
said I know some women are like that. They feel like, they got him to the point of where they want him to be, like so-called made him into the man they want him to be. And then he ain't no good, but you're gonna be like, well, I put all this work in. I'm not gonna let her have him. So
What
y'all
type
both
of
have him.
what type of work? What type of work does a
I'm
woman
just
put into a
saying,
man?
I
No,
mean,
I'm
you
just
can't,
asking.
I'm
You
just saying
said it.
hypothetically, you cannot make anybody do anything they don't want to do. I mean, a man is going to be a man, a woman is going to be a woman. But what I'm saying is, like, let's say, for instance, he didn't have a good job. So, she worked behind, supported him, encouraged him to get a new job. And, now he's doing good, and now here come this other woman. And, maybe there's some infidelity or whatever, but she's not trying to let him go because she feels like she put all that effort into him. So
Mm,
why would she
he
let this
cleaned
other
him
woman?
up. Now another woman got him. So
Yeah. So that's desperate.
mm. So do you think the one who doesn't want to walk away is the one that put the biggest investment into the, you know what I'm saying, into the relationship? Do you think that those two things kind of correlate or, go along with one another? Like, okay, I don't want to walk away because I'm walking away from my investment. You know what I'm saying, Makita?
I
Or
think,
or
I
or
mean,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was saying the one that doesn't want to walk away, sometimes they feel like they've invested a lot in the relationship. So they don't want to let it go, no matter how bad it may look.
Mm,
It could be, a lot of time that they've put
mm,
into the relationship.
okay. I got you.
But I think, just like things have seasons, people have seasons sometimes.
For
Mm,
sure.
yeah, for sure. I agree.
Who do you think invests more? Do you think men invest more? Or do you think women invest more when it comes to relationships or just one another? You think men typically invest more, or do you think women typically invest more? And I'm
I
gonna go
think
around the
women.
table. You think
I
women
think
invest more?
women. I think
Okay.
women.
What you think? Unthink. Who you think invests more in a relationship? Is you think it's the man or you think it's the woman?
He can't hear you.
Wait, wait. I didn't hear you cut out for a second.
Now, okay, I'm sorry. Who do you think invests more into a relationship? Do you think it's the man or do you think it's the woman? Just in general, if you had to,
I mean, I'm biased, but I would say the men. The men invest more, just because I feel like women have more options than men do. But that could be just my biased opinion because I'm a man. So yeah.
okay, all right. Locked.
Um, I believe the man invests more into the women than the women invest into the man. Although you stand by your man and whatever, but yeah, he does most of the investing into
Okay.
the relationship.
All right, Miss Millie, you up next.
I think it's equal.
You think it's equal?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Nobody?
no, I think it's man.
You think it's the man?
Yeah,
The men start before it's even a relationship, right? Is you know what
right.
I'm saying with
That's what
the
I'm saying. Yeah,
whole
he's already
courting process. You know what I'm saying? Like,
providing all this before it even get close to being anything. It just go into more and more and more and more because there's never enough.
how for those that think that the woman puts in more work. Um, what work? Because we might be looking at it differently. You know what I'm saying? As a man, the men might be looking at it more from a financial standpoint. You know what I'm saying? And the ladies, y'all might be looking at it from, you know what I'm saying? Maybe another viewpoint that might not be financial, or it might be financial. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes women, you know what I'm saying, are footing the bill. So, what do you believe that women put up more or invest more in a relationship?
Well, I'm not looking at it from a financial perspective.
Okay.
I'm just talking about, like the effort, the time, and all of that. Because, honestly, as women, sometimes we lose our identity when we get in relationships.
And that's a man's fault?
I'm not saying it's his fault, but I'm just saying that's why I feel we're more invested in a
Because y'all
relationship.
lose y'all
You
identity.
okay, okay, so you think women invest more because they lose their identity? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that's just an example. I mean,
Okay.
because you know, a lot of women, they may stop doing this or stop doing that. I mean, yeah, he's the leader, and you're supposed to submit unto him if he shows himself worthy of being a leader, because you have to be a leader for someone to even want to make that submission. But sometimes you're changing everything about yourself to please him. Maybe not doing the things you used to like to do because you want to be there for every beck and call from him. You want things to go right. you know
So is that something that women are choosing to do, or is that something that a man is saying that this is what I need you to do?
no, I'm saying that's what women are choosing to do.
Okay, I got you.
To
So,
receive, but they do this to receive duties from him because he has also things to do, right? I'm just gonna go back to losing
No,
identity.
that's not what I'm saying.
I know I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying, but I was going back to you say you lose the identity part of it, and I'm just trying to figure out why would y'all
I'm
lose
just
your
saying
identity?
because it's just sometimes some women get so wrapped up in trying to please this person, and sometimes you're going harder than them.
So you're saying in a negative way.
At times it can be, especially if the feeling isn't mutual. It can be.
So what about in a good relationship? Because you always talk about bad relationships. I don't know.
That's not
What
true.
about-
That's not true. That's you. Don't put your
I'm just
thought
being
process
honest. You always talk about some bad
there.
relationships, man.
hey, I ain't gonna lie,
No.
man, you be coming up with some stuff, man. I be like, yo, man, like, gosh, is it that bad? So Lakita, what is it that the women do? When you saying investing, right? The investing that they do that ends up that they end up losing themselves, right? Like, what is it that's being done that a woman would lose herself?
I mean, if you're continuing to invest energy and time into something that's not going anywhere,
But
you're
why would a woman do that? Is it because she's
sometimes
attached
they
to the
can
man?
be
Like,
sometimes they can be looking at what's on the outside, and that ain't what always matters.
what do you mean looking on the outside? Like, if
Maybe
you're
they
getting,
maybe they feel, oh, they got this nice looking dude now, but he ain't no good. But they don't care because they got this nice looking dude. They got him right
But
now.
why would you continue to invest your time and energy into someone who is not
Well, not me. Some
serving
people,
you?
you
I'll say
know,
it like that. So
some
why
people
would
have
you
false hope.
why would
Some
you
people,
lose your I'm not talking about you, I'm just talking about in
yeah.
general, right? So why would you continue to invest your time and energy and lose yourself in someone who is not serving you?
That's what the point. Yep.
yeah,
That's what I was.
that's what I'm really trying to understand when you're saying like,
You
I
not
love
that
mean,
working.
it's
women love
not
their husband.
it's not like blatant, but those are things that people learn as they go along the way. You know, he or she is saying one thing, and then as you spend time and you get to know them, then you kind of see, you know, like let's say the mask comes off, you can kind of see, like you learn, okay, it ain't just you, the same thing they saying to you, they saying to somebody else.
And you think most men
So
do that?
wouldn't you cut that off and not lose your self
I
Or
mean,
you,
I would hope that somebody would do that, but the truth of the matter is that's not always the case.
right, I get what you're saying, but your answer was women
Right.
tend to invest more than the man does. I
Yeah,
mean,
they're
it's
more.
kind of like 60-40, right? Um, but I'm still in favor that the men do, because we require, as women, we require so much from them.
Yeah,
So
we want to think about overall, like monetarily and
no,
running
no,
the
no, no.
house and
It's
all of
not
that.
just money. We require time. We require them to hustle and bustle and do all this stuff and still give up time and still do this and still do that and still do this and still do that. Right? Where we as women, we want to work 8 hours if we go to work, right? Because some of us don't even work. And then when we don't go to work, we don't even clean the house. When we don't clean the house, we don't even cook. We do nothing. We sit on our asses, right? But let's just say we work 8 hours, right? And then they don't require that much. Men do not require a whole lot from us, but we require so much from them. That's what I'm saying. We want them to do all this stuff and more.
Yeah. I asked one time I asked these ladies, I said, next time y'all go
I'm
home,
leaning back like that.
I said, next time y'all go home, yeah. But check it out. I said, and I told some ladies, next time y'all go home, just monitor how many times he asks you for something. Like if he just sat home on a weekend or whatever, but just in the house, just monitor how many times he asks you to do something for him versus you asking him to do something. It is a natural thing for you ladies. We can be sitting down just chilling and y'all want us to do something because we're chilling or just want something. Can you come here? What? Look at this. Yeah, what? Okay. You couldn't have brought that into me. I had to get up.
Or the other thing is what we do is so like we have our mind made up about a certain situation and we call you to come, we come bug you and go, well, what do you think about this? You know,
Right.
like I mean, it's just stuff like that. I mean, I'm just being realistic. You know,
yeah,
we do. We want everything and more. And when I say everything, everything, girl, the remote could be sitting right by you. And he's sitting 10 feet away, and you talking about, I need you to give me the remote. Yo, the remote is right there. Like, come on.
Yeah, they'll be
I
like,
don't
can you
do
hand me
none of
that?
that, so I
I'm
don't
just
know what y'all talking about.
Yeah, right. You think about it. You think about it. How many times? Because you probably ask your husband this. Hey, can you get this? Can you get that? Can you stop by?
I am kind of short, so if we're both in the kitchen and he's
Well, it ain't
right
that
there in
much.
the kitchen with me, I may say, "Can you reach in the cabinet and give me that?" If he's in the kitchen, but I'm not going to make him come out of a chair in another room to come get something in the kitchen.
It could be just like what Locke
I'll
was
get
saying.
my
It could be
12-year-old to
something
do that for me.
It could be something as easy as a question. Like if your man's sitting there watching a game, you know he loves sports. He's watching a game, and just notice how many times you interrupt him.
I don't. I just go right on upstairs, mind my
Well, he
business.
probably already gave you the look, so you got it now. But
No,
but a lot of them, think about it. I mean, us guys know that's into sports. How many times you gonna get interrupted, and don't let it be a sport they don't know. So now they got 1,500 questions. So what's that right there? What's the name of that team? So what they doing there? And just like,
no, we're watching a movie, maybe,
Nikita, no.
Maybe I'm gonna ask
I
some
think that's
questions.
why you so dismissive on it. It's like, damn, I do all that.
No, I
All
don't.
of it.
I don't.
Well,
I promise you I don't. I promise you I don't.
I think it's just a woman thing. They don't even realize they're doing it. That's what I'm saying. Because I had to check when
I
I
have too many things going on.
Like you're always asking me something. I'm like, what? Okay. I'd be like this, like, never mind. That's all those two hands up. Like,
check this out, right? So Mr. Nobody. Yo, that was funny. Because I know exactly what you're saying, right? But one of the things that yeah, and I get that. It's ridiculous. Like, oh, can you come in? And then you walk in there like this can't be. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this can't be, this really can't be happening, man. Yo, man, you struck a chord, man. Like, Like,
Oh,
but I'm gonna tell you what it is, right? Again, y'all know me, right? I think I'm that dude. I know I'm that dude. So it's just she just want my attention. That's how, and to me, it's a good thing. You
oh,
understand
I
what I'm
know
saying?
mine do.
At the end of the day, she just want my attention. So it's like, okay, like I already know what it is. Da 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 da. Right? So cool. But Mr. Kid, I'm gonna get on you. But I'm not. You know, you. One time I did. We was on a stream and we talked about. The question came up about who's the prize, the man or the woman, right? You recall that?
Vaguely, yeah.
Okay, I knew it was gonna be vaguely. Do you remember what your answer was?
You know,
I
I wouldn't
probably
know if
said
I
I
know what
probably
you said.
said the woman. I probably said the woman.
Okay, so let me ask you this, right? If the woman is the prize, why is it that she's working so hard to please the man to the point where she loses herself? Based on what you just said, most of the
You're
women
asking me. I
invest
don't
the
know.
most.
Go ask somebody who loses themselves because I don't lose
No, no, no,
myself.
no. But you had to you answered the question. You answered the question as to
That was
who's the
your
prize. You
scenario.
also answered the question when I asked who
I
invests
know,
the most.
just like
So if
from
you
what I
had the
said.
answers to those questions, I'm hoping that you would have an answer. I'm not saying that it's you, right? I'm not saying that it's you, but I need you to
Because
help me
I
because you had the
mean,
answer.
because people don't know their worth.
People don't know their worth, or women don't know their worth, because you're saying that the
I mean, in
women
that
lose
instance,
themselves.
it would be the woman that don't know their worth. But some people fall below the standards of where they should be because they don't know how valuable they are.
Okay, and are you saying that for the most part about women? Because I'm connecting it to what you said about investing in a relationship, and then you also said that women lose themselves. So you're saying that most women don't know their value? Is that what you're saying? What?
Absolutely.
Okay, why do you think that is? And I'm
And
just
I'm
I'm
not
just
saying
asking
most
because,
women do that, but the
but you
ones
said
that
most women.
lose
You said,
themselves don't know their value.
but you said for the most part, women do the most investing.
Yeah, but that's not the only way they invest.
Okay. Listen, I'm just going by the answers that you give. That's the only thing I'm going on. So I'm just piggybacking off of, you know what I'm saying, what it is that you say. I'm not saying anything that you haven't said. So I'm
Yeah,
just trying to get
but
clarity. I'm
when
just
I
trying to get an
said
understanding.
when I was just giving an example, but that's not necessarily, you know, like a form of investing in a sense per se. I'm
So
just saying, some women start investing so much that they lose themselves
but
because
okay, so what's a form of investing that a woman would, you know what I'm saying, that a woman would do?
their time, showing care, concern,
So if
understanding.
okay, so if a woman is investing her time, you mean she's spending time with him? You saying like she's spending time with the man?
Hmm.
So wouldn't at that same time he be spending time with her?
Yes,
So
yes,
would
he
that
will
not
be.
be equal? Okay, so what can we cancel that out and say, well, if they're spending time together, then we can't cancel that out?
No,
But he's not investing the same. If you're spending an
I'm
hour
not.
together,
So you don't play. You know how sometimes guys are. Sometimes when they, I mean, I'm not saying all guys. Some actually date with a purpose, and some do not.
okay, but I'm
So if
speaking to you're
I
moving.
mean, you're not just because you're there. That don't mean you're there.
Okay, my question was, if two
I
people are
mean, if
spending
they're
time
both
together,
there, of course. I mean, they're both there at the same time.
so would that not be, if I'm dating a woman and I'm spending 2 hours with her, she's spending 2 hours with me, did we not both spend the same amount of time with each other?
You spent the same amount of time, but what was your motive?
Forget about the motive. You said time. You said time, right? I just want to make sure we
Time,
good.
energy, all of that. Yeah.
Okay, so let's stick to one thing at a time because I have a one track mind and I can't go from all of this. So I have to go through one at a time.
I don't have
I
anything
can't
else to say
multitask.
about it.
Huh?
I don't have anything else to say about it.
Okay. All right. Cool. Was there anybody else that could help me understand? I'm just trying to get an understanding. No. I'm just trying to get an understanding.
I mean, I hear what you're
Give
saying.
me
Time
help.
is time, because and like I said before, we're wanting him to do like 18 hours a day. We're doing 8. So it's not him taking away those 8 hours that he usually would be working. Is that not his time being more? And I'm not saying that one is more valued than the other, but it is kind of 60-40. Like I said, he is taking out of his norm to do the things for you. He's still doing those things for you, however you want to see it. You understand what I'm saying? Because he could be, like I said, working those 18 hours, but he took 8 of those hours to come spend it with you. So who's investing more time into that? It's him. He's investing time into you. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Are you saying that to me?
No, I'm just whomever, like, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just saying. So I get it. We invest time. We invest this. We invest that. But on top of us investing what we invest in, they invest in what they invest in, and we still want more. We still want more. They could never, in my opinion, we could not. They don't even sleep the whole time because they're so we're bugging them about what we want. You understand what I'm saying? It's always, I want more, I want more, I need this, I want more time, I want to go on vacation, and that requires time, and that requires money, and that requires this. So it's not always the financial that I'm talking about. It could be time, it could be energy. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. It could be you want to start a business and you don't want to go to the bank, but he has to have the money. So therefore that he can take his money and invest that money in that business that you want to start.
Yeah, I got you.
There's not a lot of females that are going to do it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Like I was just trying to get a better understanding. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I don't know something, I don't know something. I'm gonna ask. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to get. You know what I'm saying? I
A
just
better
and especially
understanding.
who better to ask than you know what I'm saying? A woman. If I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? So that's all. I was just trying to get some knowledge. Trying to get some knowledge. That's it. All right. So if anybody got anything else they want to throw out there, if not, we can cut this one short.
You was talking you put up there step parents disciplining stepchildren. Are we
Oh
gonna do that for another
yeah.
day?
Nah, we can still. I mean, if y'all want to keep rocking, we can keep rocking. What y'all want to do?
I don't know this man.
I
I'm
can
on
stay on
board.
for a few more minutes.
Okay, all right. So yeah, this came from I got to give credit to let me see. Today on my route, this was brought up for me to throw it out there as a topic. So yeah, step parents disciplining step kids. Um how does that work? What are the no's? What are the it's okays? What are the it's not okays? Or how far can it go? And all of that.
Everybody in the house gets disciplined the same, step or not.
Yeah, I agree.
Every child in the house needs to be disciplined in the same fashion.
Okay,
No
but
child is better than the other.
as far as who's giving out that discipline.
It doesn't matter. The one that's being disrespected is the one that needs to give out the discipline.
Okay. Well, you what you think about that? Unthink.
I mean, I agree. I think everyone should be disciplined the same,
Hmm.
but it could be weird where like it depends on like that stepchild's like mother or like how she feels about it, because you know she might feel a certain way about you disciplining the child the same as everybody else. But ultimately, I'm on the same boat where I feel like it should be equal discipline with everyone.
Okay. Miss Millie,
Yeah.
what you think?
Yeah, I agree. And I agree because at the end of the day, if the mother has a problem with the stepfather disciplining the child, but yet you still want him to treat your child like his, how is that possible? Because he disciplined his children, but you don't want him to discipline yours. So when it's time to discipline, that child become yours. And
Mm,
that's not fair to the rest of the children, nor to him. So either you want me to treat your child as my own, or you don't.
okay. Do you think most women, and this question is directed to you, Miss Millie, do you think most women share that same sentiment when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, their kids, or you know what I'm saying, their husband or their significant other, whatever, disciplining their child? Do you think most women share the same sentiment as you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I've seen some women like, oh no, he better not touch my child. I'll discipline him myself. But you want him to treat your child like his own. But you discipline your child for him, but yet and still your child continues to disrespect him because you're not allowing him to put his foot down and be that male role model that that child needs and that male discipline that that child needs. And
Okay.
now you have a problem when this child becomes a teenager, gets older. Now he's trying to fight your husband because he has no respect for him because you didn't allow him to establish that while he was a child.
Mm, okay.
I was gonna say that so the parent who is the step parent, the biological wants you to reward the child, but they don't want you to discipline that child. And that just doesn't make sense to me. That's why
Exactly.
that shows favoritism. And so that to me is if you got to be one way all the way. There's no fluctuating. Cuz see, this is the thing. If you for so as you're the mother and you have a son and you're telling your husband or whatever, no, I don't want you to discipline him. But the moment that he puffs his chest up to her, she wants you now to step in. When
Mm,
all the
Mm,
other times she decided she didn't want you to step in. You kind of
yep.
get what I'm saying? So when things get rough, now here she comes. Why you didn't say nothing? Why you didn't do nothing? And then here ensues an argument that you didn't want me to do anything no other time. And now that he puffed his chest up to you, now you want me to step in. And it's kind of too late at that point. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yep.
okay. Okay, I got it. Yeah, yeah, that was one of the things that came up, and I thought it was it would be a good conversation because one of the young ladies was like, nah, you know, can't no man, you know what I'm saying, discipline
Okay.
my child, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, is this a man that you trust, or this is a man that you marry and you don't trust him? You know what I'm saying? Like to discipline your child, do you trust him around your child? Like, what is it that you know what I'm saying? Do you think he doesn't know how to discipline a child? Like, what is it that you know what I'm saying that would be problematic about him disciplining? You know what I'm saying, the child. So, and I hear a lot of women. You know, I see stuff, and you know, a lot of women lying. He can't touch my kid, and he ain't the father, and all of that kind of stuff. So,
Well, where's the father? Is the father present?
I mean, I doubt that the father's in the house with them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
it
I'm
might
talking
be a
about present
situation.
in the child's life.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, sometimes it might be a situation where we don't have time to make a phone call. You know what I'm saying? To get somebody else to jump in and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? We're in this house, and right now a decision needs to be made or something needs to be done, and so you know what I'm saying. The person that is present, you know what I'm saying, has to be the one to make a decision, not sit
But
around and wait. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and
yeah,
the siblings might like, so like the actual biological kids, if they see that step kid like disrespecting, they're gonna like lose respect for you as a parent
yeah,
for
Mhm.
accepting it, the disrespect.
Yeah, yeah, that that'll really get sticky if it's like a blended family, right? Where both, let's just say, the man and the woman has, you know what I'm saying, kids, and then it's, you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
it could just get weird because you know what I'm saying, like the biological parent, you know, I don't know. Let's just say the biological father, right? Let's say the father has kids, the mother has kids. The father might be tougher on his kids, but he can't be as tough on the other kids. And then so you got an imbalance in the house. You know what I'm saying? As to, you know what I'm saying? The kids, some kids, you know, the father may say, no, you can't have this, but then the mother may tell the other kids, well, yeah, you can have that. And then, you know what I'm saying? It's just like it's just off.
Some kids need more strong hand than others, and it may not be your child, your biological child, that needs that strong hand. It might be her child. You know what I'm saying? And so you're gonna have to step in and do whatever it is, and whether it be a female or a male. And that's another thing that people have a problem with. It's like, I don't want him disciplining my daughter. Well, she's being disrespectful to him. You got him in the house or whatever. So now, like I said before, when she starts being disrespectful to you, now you want him to step in. You know, it's all across the board. I mean, shit, you here. You know what I'm saying? We in a relationship. We doing this thing. So I just feel like everybody should be disciplined on the same accord. You do this and you do this. You my biological. You're not. Both of y'all about to be disciplined in the same fashion and whatever it calls for. We're not gonna be like, oh well, you're gonna be on timeout and then you're gonna get your ass tore up. No, both of y'all gonna get the same punishment. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying?
mm. Let me ask you this: when it comes to discipline, right? Is discipline and correction the same thing? Do they fall in along the same lines, right? So like if let's just say if you know, I have a stepchild and I see the stepchild doing something wrong, something that they're not supposed to do, and then I jump in and I correct that bad behavior. Is correction a form of discipline, or
Absolutely.
is
yes,
discipline
No,
more like
it's the same. It's the same. It's how you choose to discipline. It's the same. Whether you discipline the way your mama disciplined you, or whether you go ahead and have that conversation, it's still discipline. You're correcting the behavior in the way that you see fit. You understand what I'm saying? If they did something that you feel deserves a conversation, then you have that conversation. You guide them in a different way. If you feel like they need a beat down, and I'm just saying, I know people don't agree, but if you feel like they're being, to the point where they're being belligerent and acting up, and you need to put them in a headlock, then that's what you do. Correct the behavior. You will
mm,
not disrespect me.
got you. Got you. Yeah, yeah. I just thought it. I just thought it was just very interesting. So I thought y'all would
I
have a
mean,
whole lot more.
that's do you agree? Um, because you've said that you don't have any biologicals, right?
Right. I don't have any kids.
Right. So what is your take on putting your hands on your kids?
I don't have no kids, so I don't have to take them, put hands on my
And
kids.
and and, and see, that's kind of what I say about being a parent, a step parent, right? So you feel like because you don't have any biological, that you don't have the right to put your hands on nobody's kid. But at the same, I'm not saying you. Saying in general, right? You may have that in your head, but then when the child comes to you and is being belligerent and acting up, what are you going to do? Are you just going to stand there and just let the child just beat on you, put their hands on you, or are you going to stop the behavior?
Nah, I'm not gonna stand there and let nobody beat on me. If that's what you're alluding to, nah, I'm not gonna stand there. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna have to put hands. But what I'm saying is, as far as me going and like grabbing a belt, you know what I'm saying, and giving them a whipping. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't know if I would do that. But then again, right? It's hard to say because I don't have kids, so I don't really know if I would do that to my own kid. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. It's just that aspect is that part of it. I don't really know how to speak on it because I don't know.
That's crazy because for me, you don't have to be in a situation to kind of have an idea of what you would do. But okay, I get it.
Okay, well then you want a better answer than from me, right? You're not satisfied with that answer. You want a better
But
answer?
I mean, if that's the only answer you got for me, then I'm
Nah,
cool.
I'm asking you a question. Do you
I
want a
can't.
better answer?
I can't drag it out of you. Don't do your lips like that to me.
But I'm asking you
Yeah,
a
she's
question.
asking you to
Either
put
yes
yourself in
or
that
no.
situation
Nobody's talking to you. You conceded. You sat down. So stay seated. You cannot not
and
answer
give
a
your
question when
opinion.
it's
Like you
posed.
tell us,
You
Just
can,
go with what I'm
imagination,
asking you.
imagination.
Who you giving your back to? Everybody.
nah. Nah, that wasn't for everybody. That wasn't for everybody.
Was
My
that for
thing is,
me?
my thing
No,
is, my
she
thing
know
is,
who it's for.
my
She know who it's for. Y'all know who that
See,
was
people
for.
don't like their own medicine.
my thing
Listen,
is that you
you
don't
know,
always like you tell us, right? We don't always. It don't have to always be about us. It could just be a situation. It could just be a scenario. You don't.
yo,
It don't
listen,
have.
hold on. All I asked you was, do you want a better answer? Either yes or
Sir,
no.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir. Yes, sir.
before I answer, why does it take so much? Just you could have just said
Yo,
yes
yo, you didn't give us your back.
hold on.
Just
No,
give me
no,
an
no, no,
answer.
no. So listen, let me be clear. I gave my back to the blue shirt.
We got it. We got
I
it. We
gave
got
my
it.
back to the
We
blue
got it.
shirt.
We
All
don't
right.
stop.
It's actually a dress. It's a dress. It's a dress. Get it
I
correct.
can't see it's a dress. Blue top. That's all I can see. I can't see that it's a dress. So I just see a top. So blue top. Okay. Because yeah, you can't jump in there and start answering questions when a question was posed to you and I don't no, you can't do that. Okay.
No,
Um
I just wanted to get you back. I'm sorry. That was a perfect opportunity. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
hold on, let me hit this mute button. Let me hit this mute button. Nah, I ain't gonna mute you. Nah, I would say I'm not gonna put hands on. That's what I would say. I would say that I wouldn't put hands on. Now, if it's like somebody jumping on me, yeah, you can get it just like anybody else can get it. But nah, as far as me, you know what I'm saying, putting hands, and I wouldn't do it.
I think sometimes though with
Hold up, can you
you know,
hold on. No. If you gonna talk, it has to be answering my question that I asked you that you decide.
I I
If
was
you
gonna
not
ask I
answering that
was gonna
question, if
you
you're not
I
answering
never gave my perspective.
on
So
what?
can I give
Hold
it?
on. No, you
On the
can't.
question
Because
you
you didn't
asked
give
about
no,
step
you can't.
parents
Nope.
and discipline.
Nope. You
Okay.
cannot. You
Okay.
cannot. You
All right.
conceded, remember?
No, I'm
You can't
not.
pick and choose. You listen, if we all having a conversation, you cannot pick and choose when you wanna, nah, I'm not gonna answer that. Ooh, but I
I
wanna
did
answer
give
that.
an answer. I did give an answer. You just didn't like my answer, so you tried to make
You
me
didn't give
say
an answer. You said
something
I
else.
you,
Okay, so
go ahead, Lakita. Go ahead.
so in regards to like step parents and discipline kids, I think it can be difficult in a sense. Like if someone gets in a relationship with someone with kids that are maybe teenage age already, because I feel that before you can take it to that level, putting yourself in a position to be the disciplinary or I guess handle the situations, whatever they're doing. you have to first develop that relationship, with that child. And in a sense, they have to respect you, because if they don't respect you, then they're not going to be receptive to what you're trying to do. And it will be hard to discipline somebody like that. You might just have to fight them, and then it'll be a whole different situation.
Well, I mean, getting in a relationship with someone that has children, yes, it takes a little bit longer. So of course, I get that trying to have that good understanding, shall I say? I don't know what's going on. I don't know if y'all can hear me,
We
but
can hear you.
We can hear you,
it's
but it sounds
Yeah.
crazy.
so yeah, so I'm just saying, yeah, you do have to develop some type of relationship with that child, but the parent, the biological parent has to also be receptive, that if your child gets out of line, and make the child understand that you are to respect this person. I mean, they should be respecting the adults anyway, right? But they're children, so they need to be guided. I'm not saying you always got to put hands and feet on them, but if your child is getting out of line, I feel it's okay for your significant other, who may be I mean, you're not just going to be dating a whole bunch of people and you just going to be just letting them just talk to your children any kind of way, right? But you're in a serious relationship with the intent of keeping this person in your life. So at the end of the day, I feel like the kids should respect him or her. And you should be able to check that child. You should be able to guide that child, and the biological should understand that it's only for the child's benefit. It's not that you're being abusive to the child. You're doing something, like said, corrective behavior. You know what I'm saying? There's 10 ways to do something, but let me show you the easier way. You kind of get what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, all these people talking about, oh no, you better not put your hands on my kids. Okay, well then, until your kids turn of age, you should not be dating.
Mm. Um, yeah, to go off of what I think Lakita said, um, as far as the age thing, when you know what I'm saying, when that relationship starts, I think that has a lot to do with it. But I also think it has a lot to do with how that kid was raised. You know what I'm saying? I think both of those play into effect, when it comes to being respectful towards, you know what I'm saying, like the step parent. It probably is a little more difficult when the child is a little bit older, like maybe in their teenage years and stuff like that, because a lot of times kids at that age are just kind of rebellious anyway. You know what I
Right,
mean? They might not
right.
even be just directed toward the step, you know what I'm saying? But just in general, you know what I'm saying? And so it's probably a lot more difficult when they're older, but when you come into um the child's life when they're a lot younger, I think it's a lot easier because y'all kind of just grow into it, you know what I'm saying, together. So,
Mhm.
you know, yeah. All right, so that was good. What's up? Anybody got anything else? Are y'all ready to wrap it up? We coming up on
I
almost
think
two
we're
hours.
good.
We're good. I appreciate you for staying awake. You did a good job.
It was hard.
Said-
I'm gonna be paying for it tomorrow.
you getting old. You getting old.
I've never been like a person who can hang though.
Oh, okay. All right. So you been old.
I'm about 8:30, 9 o'clock, it starts shutting down.
I get you. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I went to the gym. I hit legs earlier today, so I'm still kind of I don't know. I'm still kind of you know. So yeah, let me go ahead and shout out everybody that was in the chat. We got Nonchalant. Appreciate you for jumping in there. Want to give Nonchalant a shout out because Nonchalant was the first one in the chat. Also, shout out to Ms. Lucky Charms for joining the chat as well. And so with that being said, I hope everybody enjoyed the conversation and y'all check us out on the next live stream. And with that being said, we are out. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.
Y'all be
Peace.
good.
See ya.
Have a good evening.
You as well.